Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. SonicWeb Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mian Molson Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mian Molson Zia, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mian Molson Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mian Molson Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, and heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And check out the Mike Wagner Show merchandise, including t-shirts, pop socket hoodies, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, including hoodies as well as tank tops and pop sockets and more, go to Amazon.com and check out great books from Mian Molson Zia like Missing, Once, and more. Make sure you do it today. Also support the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. Make sure you give generously, and also support us on Anchor FM as well as PayPal, the Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you do it today. We're here with 2 terrific people, and one is from out of Long Beach, and the other is out of Los Angeles, and they both are very, very inspiring. And we have a gentleman here who's a born and bred financial advisor, and became a quadriplegic at the age of 22 after a 3-story fall that broke his neck. And he managed to overcome adversity and end up traveling throughout the world, sharing his story and just living a fulfilling life. And also, and this is basically a film that they'll be talking about. And we have a lady right here who is in Los Angeles, and she is a filmmaker, producer, and director, and also an award winner as well too. And this had won the best documentary at the Spotlight Documentary Awards. And she also has had her work featured on Amazon Prime, which is My American Family, and also featuring Danny Trio, and also appeared in First Kill, Dog Eat Dog, and Better Life, and more. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, both in sunny California, one in Long Beach, one in Los Angeles, and I wish I was there. But we're here thanks to live technology. 2 great people talking about altitude, not attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Michael Warkentin, and we have Magi Avila. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us. It's a great pleasure.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes. And of course, it's also great too. It's like you guys have a new movie called Altitude, Not Attitude. And I've watched the trailer. It's just so amazing. And Mike, you're from South California, born and bred financial advisor. You became a quadriplegic at the age of 22, and 3-story fall that broke your neck. And you also lead a really fulfilling life. And the story is based on your journey. And Maggie, you're also from the California area. Yes. And you also are a filmmaker, producer, and director. And you also appeared in First Kill, Dog Eat Dog, and also A Better Life, and more. And you've also won some awards. And before we talk about those and talk about Altitude, Not Attitude, tell us how I first got started. So one of you go first.
Sure. I met Michael. I was coming from a beautiful photo shoot, and an acquaintance of him introduced me to him. And Michael shared that he was going on an amazing trip of a lifetime. And although a lot of people have suggested to him to make YouTube videos, clips to inspire people who are in a wheelchair, to show them that it is possible to travel even on a wheelchair, I met with Michael and I convinced him to do a film about his story, because it was, to me, more than just the traveling, which is wonderful, but it's also about his mindset. How is it that he had accomplished everything and becoming a brand new self-made hero?
That's so amazing. And Mike, feel free to jump in.
First of all, thank you for having us. It's exciting to be on your podcast. Yeah, friend of mine, well, acquaintance of mine, introduced me to Maggie, and as she said, we discussed kind of what I thought I wanted to do, and her vision was much bigger and much brighter, and I guess she saw a light in me that she wanted to share with the world, and no better way to do it but to put it on film. And gosh, she's worked so hard even to get us to this point, and even to make it on your show, Mike. But we're excited to share my journey, and I guess share a little bit of my philosophies, and really just kind of uplift people, and you know, show them how I get through my day, and show them how I go over hurdles and obstacles, and maybe bring some joy to their lives.
Mm-hmm. And of course, what is the message that you're about to present to people? Because I had a friend of mine who got in a horrific near-death accident back in 1981 on a bicycle, where he collided head-on with a Jeep on a bike, and I also knew some people that got hit by a car. And of course, you know, I read your story as well too. You fell, you know, 3 stories from a building, and you know, it basically just, what's the message that you just want to get out there? It's like, you know, people normally would say, like, you know, I'm crippled and all that, I want to end it, but then it's like you also have a special message. So what are you trying to you know, wanting to accomplish and get out there?
You know, first of all, I fell off an escalator.
Okay.
3-story escalator. I got on the escalator, turned around to look at my girlfriend at the time, leaned against the handrail, lost my balance, and fell over the side. Ooh. 3 stories down inside of a mall, and landed on my neck, broke the 5th vertebrae. And, you know, although that was a very bad day, I've made my life so that, you know, every day since has pretty much been good. Really, to use one of Maggie's term, it's been amazing. You know, I've really set out to make a life that I could just squeeze the most out of it. And, you know, the truth is we all have one life to live. And if there's a message in the movie, it's to squeeze out and make up as much fun and joy and interest, and just get as much out of your life as you can. Mm-hmm. Don't let anything get you down. Don't add up the problems, and just squeeze out as much juice as you can get.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you also traveled through a number of countries too. You went through Spain. You also went through, you know, England, London, Italy, and all that. And maybe just share some of the stories that you have been in countries. And what would you say were your most favorite story in your favorite country?
You know, most of my favorite stories revolve around my biggest challenges. One of the stories I shared in the movie was a wheel that had got broken in half somewhere in loading my chair into the plane. And when we got off the plane, or went to go off the plane, there was a whole challenge around what to do with a broken in half wheel. Wheel was broken in half when we were going to be on a trip for almost 20 days.
Wow.
So just making it through the adversity and jumping over the challenges and finding a way through it, like I said, tend to be my favorite stories. Of course, in the movie, Maggie and I were trying to show the most iconic spots in Europe. You know, the Eiffel Towers, and the, you know, Sagrada Familia, and just
the Vatican.
What's that?
The Vatican.
Yeah,
the Vatican. Yeah, don't forget the Vatican. Yes. Yeah,
yeah, there's that place.
Opera Garnier in France.
Yeah, Stonehenge.
Yes, oui.
Yeah, the Eiffel Tower. But I just, you know, these are all things that people, they wait their whole lives to go see. And I wanted to show them through this trip that, you know, I can do it, you can do it, you know, sort of thing. And that's, you know, that's what we're trying to get out there.
Mm-hmm. And the way that we did it, in our documentary, I invited the great friend of mine who used to be my therapist when I moved here to the US because I am from Mexico. And we explored through these beautiful landmarks, we explored the 6 phases of recovery that every human goes through. A lot of people don't know, but many people might be scarred from the inside or even broken, and they might have been experienced some tragedy, and because they didn't know that they were going to go through different phases, they get stuck in one of those phases. So through this film, through humorous Michael and the beauty of the world, these amazing landmarks, we educate them as well and inspire them to just keep on going with life and find a way to heal and to support others.
You mentioned about the 6 phases of recovery, and what are they?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so the first one is denial, and they move around. And I would have said in other times, watch the movies so you can learn more in depth, but I can definitely share them with you because I have learned so much through meeting Michael. It's fascinating, and it's been healing, self-healing for me as well. It's this denial, then it can be anger, and they can be depression.
And bargaining.
And then bargaining, which is really fascinating. I love for Michael to share a little bit of his bargaining story. He's got a really funny one.
Well, especially being a born and bred financial planner, there's always bargaining involved too. So
yeah, there is.
But it's fascinating that we also bargain with ourselves, and then there is forgiveness. There can be forgiveness, but then there will be acceptance. And once people assume acceptance, they can move on with their life and start enjoying life and making the most out of every day, just like Michael did. That's why when I met him, I thought, Michael, you're the perfect example of all of these books I have been reading through my life. Tony Robbins, Les Browns, Brian Tracy, they're fascinating. And this lady, gorgeous, super highly achieved, the Dr. Nancy Irwin, who is part of our documentary. Also, she has really, really wonderful books. One of them is U-Turn. And I highly recommend her books as well. So Michael, why don't you share with us the story of your bargaining because it's so cool.
Oh yeah. That's just an example of one of the steps and an example of how one step leads to the other. I broke my neck falling off the escalator, as we covered. And there was a day I spent 9 months in the hospital between acute care and into recovery and rehab. And there was one afternoon where I was laying in bed, looking out the window, watching clouds. And my mother, who was a lady of big faith, swore I was going to walk out of the hospital. And I was laying in bed, watching the clouds, kind of meditating and praying to God, that God, if you're going to lift me out of this chair and make me walk again, show me a sign, show me the shape of that cloud changing shape. And it didn't work. And so I did it again and it didn't work. And I thought, maybe if he does a little something, it didn't work. And at that point, I kind of realized that maybe the injury in my neck is just going to be a scar. And I have a scar on my hand that I cut when I was a kid. And maybe that scar doesn't allow me to be a hand model for a magazine, but I could do a lot of other things. And with the kind of the resolve that I wasn't going to maybe walk again, but maybe I could do other things, kind of led me to just acceptance. And it made me think, now what? And what am I going to do with the rest of my life if this scar on my hand is going to be there forever, or the scar on my neck is going to be there forever? How can I shape a life of joy and fun and excitement, full of, just experiences that just continually build and just make my life better and better? And so I started setting out planning that kind of life. And this is just a little slice of it. And I'm just happy to share it with everybody. Thank you, Maggie.
And that's rather amazing too. And you talk in some of the things in the film. It's like you spun around a wheelchair and you kind of do a little dancing, singing, and parading, and just giving high fives to people around the fountains. The Eiffel Tower, the Vatican, and wherever else. I'm not going to give away too much of it, but what are some of the things that you plan on doing later in the future? Like say, or I'm just throwing some examples out there. Maybe skiing, snowball fights, or maybe going to a Super Bowl, or say like run like do like a wheelchair marathon or something like that. So, what are some of the other plans you have in the works?
I'd actually like to try my hand at a travel show.
A travel show, really?
Yeah, I think, Super Bowl's not a bad idea, especially if Green Bay makes it. But
oh, you know something? Hey, if Green Bay makes it, I am there with you. It's like,
yeah,
oh my gosh. Yeah, that's if Aaron Rodgers cooperates. If he cooperates, I'll go. But if he doesn't, we'll have to sit out, and Jordan Love will have to just carry the load. So.
Yeah, go. Come on, Aaron, get in there. But yeah, I think I'd like to try my hand at a travel show, maybe. We'll have to see if that works and if that's in the stars. But I enjoy traveling. I've been now to 28 different countries in a wheelchair. And I don't know if you can imagine, but in a power wheelchair, I have to have transportation at every stop. Mm-hmm. So let's say in this trip, we started in Barcelona for a few days, jumped on a cruise ship, did an island off of Barcelona, up the coast of France, down the coast of Italy. Each stop, I had to have a vehicle big enough for 5 of us and our equipment and somebody who knew how to get around.
Oh, wow.
I had to make sure every place we went before we got there had some form of accessibility. Rome is not very accessible, but they do a good job. They're actually very friendly. But every stop, I had multiple stops because one of my goals in the process, like I said earlier, was to get as many iconic structures and points of interest on film, not only to engage the audience, but to store these images in my own head so that when I watch a movie or I see a show, I can actually say, I had my feet on the ground on that sidewalk. Well, maybe not my feet, but my wheels. But I was watching Tom Hanks' Angels and Demons last night, and I'm looking at the different. They went to the Pantheon. Well, we went to the Pantheon. They went to the Vatican. We were at the Vatican. The streets of Rome, all over the place. All of these images are wrapped up inside this film.
Wow.
And so I wanted that to be a part of what people got to experience with us.
Mm-hmm. You talked about going to the iconic places all over the world. How about some of the not so iconic places and maybe the hidden ones or the hidden gems that people don't know about? Maybe just talk about a couple of the hidden ones that people don't know about.
Okay. Geez. Do you have any, Maggie?
Oh, yes.
This was your
the
first
Gothic
trip.
City in Barcelona, Spain.
Oh, the Gothic City. Oh, yes.
We have a
Gothic
church
City, wow.
in the documentary from the Gothic City. I mean, that place is really Gothic. It's really beautiful. The people is fabulous. The food was amazing, but really those passages, those hallways.
Oh, with the paintings on the walls.
Gorgeous.
The wild paintings on the walls were incredible. We went to a Picasso museum.
Oh,
that was breathtaking. From the beginning of his career, which were traditional paintings, I had no idea he painted portraits that didn't have 6 eyeballs and sideways noses.
6 eyeballs? Is that kind of gargoyles in a way or something?
Yeah, it was an eye opener actually.
Eye opener.
We spent a lot of time in the Barcelona shipbuilding museum. What was that called, Maggie? Do you recall?
The Maritime Museum of Barcelona.
There it is. It was beautiful and
the oldest in the world.
Oh,
the oldest ships in the world. Yes. Gorgeous.
Oh, it was beautiful. And just to think, that's the place, or those are the places where they built the ships that sailed across to discover the Indies, the West Indies, and ultimately led the discovery of America.
Wow.
They came out of Spain, which was really incredible.
It was such a treat to be there and to film all of that and to enjoy. There is no way a camera can capture the beauty that we experience between all of those landmarks. Just gorgeous.
Ooh, I think the most surprising place that we went to, and I believe it's fairly, I don't recall where it is in the film, but the Opera House in Paris.
Yes.
The Opera Garnier at the very beginning. Yes.
It was breathtaking.
Yes.
I have never, the gilding in the ceiling and the way it was decorated was something I'll never see again, unless I go back there, of course.
Yes, Michael, we should do
Or
that.
unless we turn the film on.
Let's do the sequel.
Yeah, we'll do a sequel.
It was indeed breathtaking. We were not expecting it because we didn't see that much inside through the internet. I constantly was trying to put a shot list of the most beautiful places to visit per city, but then I would go down into, will we have the transportation for that? Will we have the time for that? And so this time for this one, it's the Opera Garnier. We were walking around, exploring the whole house. It was fantastic. It was beautiful. Then Michael stopped for a glass of champagne. It was almost the end of the day. And he said, Maggie, would you like a glass of champagne? It's almost the end of the day. And I said, why not? And so as we grabbed a glass of champagne, we saw this amazing, gorgeous door. And then the two of us, we said, what's in there? Let's go. And I had only my cell phone with me, which at that point when I started just really filming with it the most I could, because the other cameras were giving us trouble. And so we walked in there and we almost dropped the glass. And it was that impactful. It was so beautiful. It's just like walking in Golden City, the last Golden City, just beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous. Every place was really beautiful.
Wow, that is breathtaking. And what are some of the countries that you haven't been in, and where do you plan on going? You mentioned 28 countries. Like, which one you haven't been in yet, or countries, and where do you plan to visit?
I'd like to do the Switzerland, Sweden, Denmark.
Oh.
I haven't done Portugal. I'd actually like to go stay in Portugal for a little while. The food is different than the United States, and it's more farm fresh, and of course the port wine doesn't hurt at all.
You're making me thirsty for wine, guys, the way you're talking wine. I'm thirsty for some. Here, pour some in my glass right now as we speak.
There you go. Grab a bottle.
Wow.
But just getting out into these countries and even cities in the United States and getting acclimated in the cafes or the restaurants. Now that COVID's over, why not? But to get out and just enjoy the people and have the interactions with people and figure out how to make it work. It's John Kennedy said that, we do it because it's hard, not because it's easy. And, like you said, what are the most memorable memories? Those are the things that are hard to do, but they bring you the most joy because it becomes a puzzle. And how can I get to the end of it and survive and have fun? And that's what the story's about.
That is so amazing. We'll talk more about altitude, not attitude, in just 1 minute, along with more on Maggie and Mike. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war ring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Me and Molson Z has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Me and Molson Z, available on Amazon.
Like that.
Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be here on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show.
Michael?
I'm sorry?
I can see you and hear you. Mike, you on?
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I just wanted to say that The Mike Wagner Show. Okay. well, I guess you can say, I know you like to get back to it, but we just want to say The Mike Wagner Show, you can also catch on 30 podcast platforms like Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, also Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and Audible, coming soon to pod. We're back here on The Mike Wagner Show with Michael Warkentin and also Magi Avila from Altitude, Not Attitude, here on The Mike Wagner Show. We have a bit of a technical difficulty, but we're back on right now, and we just have to we maintain positive attitudes. Of course, we're still having fun. And before I talk a bit more about Altitude, Not Attitude, and Maggie, you've had a really good career. You're a filmmaker, producer, director, and you also did a video on Amazon Prime with American Family featuring Danny Trejo, and also you also got nominated for a 2021 Cannes World, web series. Also appeared in First Kill. You also appeared in Dog Eat Dog, A Better Life, and more. And tell us how I first got started when it comes to filmmaking and producing, Maggie.
So the Amazon Prime is a TV series. It's a 10-episode TV series that people can watch right now with Mr. Danny Trejo, My American Family on Amazon Prime. And you asked me, how did I started producing?
Yes, like how you got started career-wise when it came to film and TV.
Oh, well, I started off as an opera singer when I was a teenager, a pre-teenager back in Mexico. And that led me to perform opera concerts throughout Mexico. Then because of that, I started theater. Then I jumped into film, which absolutely took over. And so I had to move to the US, to the Mecca of cinema here in Hollywood. And then I was fortunate enough to book on and off. And as my career kept growing as an actress, I did study here also the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute. Back in Mexico, I studied theater, and my master's degree on theater of the body also. But over here, I studied at the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute. And so as directors, as actors, we read so many scripts and we watch so many films that we cannot help but start directing in our heads, in our minds. It's something transitional and so beautiful that our imaginations run wild without being able to help it when we're reading a book or a nice script, right? And I have been reading for projects. I have been thinking about how to get about it, how to go into courses, submit myself to the Women in Film, for example, classes, and so on. And the opportunity presented itself when I met Michael. I said, Michael, I have to make your film. You don't understand. I have to make the film of your life because it's so beautiful.
It's like,
your life is so inspiring. Yes.
That has to be inspiring. And of course, speaking of films and everything, you being the the main lead in Altitude, Not Attitude, I mean, you make a great actor, real live one. And who are some of your favorite actors and also actresses growing up as well, Mike? And how about some of your favorite films?
Wow. Comedy, I like Stiller. Ben Stiller, he's incredible. I've always liked, Ben Affleck. His movies are great. I like the old Robert Redford stuff.
Oh, he's amazing.
He was fantastic. I like a good spy movie. I like a good slice of life movie. Probably Slice of Life is my favorite. Documentaries typically aren't my favorite, only because as of late we watch a documentary, we're introduced to a large problem or a kind of food we can't eat, and we're not left with an answer. We're going to run out of clean water, or all the whales are going to die, or plastic's going to ruin our planet. Have a nice day. Like, wait a minute, that's not, that doesn't leave me with the solution. And when Maggie proposed the idea of doing a documentary, I wanted to make sure that it was going to be light and airy, but I most of the movies I like are spy movies and comedies.
That's really interesting. And then how about some of your favorites growing up as well, Maggie? Like favorite actors, actresses, and some of the movies you've watched?
Oh my God, Viola Davis, Nicolas Cage, Willem Dafoe, Bruce Willis. It's so many of them. It's so many. My list can go on and on and on and on and on. Adriana Barraza from Mexico. I mean, I can bring up actors from all over the world. Films, I love the films from Mr. Christopher Nolan, Oliver Stone. And then you said your last question was what?
No, just some of your favorite films as well too that you enjoyed watching. Of course, you also got some of yourself. We'll talk about those, but some of your favorite films. And Mike gave some really good films too. And we talked off the air. Yes, so.
Lion would be one of my favorite films. Life is Beautiful.
Oh, it's a wonderful movie. One of my favorites.
A movie from the 50s that people tell me like, wait, that's an old movie. And back then it was a beat movie, but then it became a cult movie, The Id.
Okay.
You know, The Id, it was just because I am a true believer that since I was in my teens, I started watching movies. I realized it's true, everything is in our mind. And that's why Michael and I made such a perfect team, because to both of us, life is about making things happen and seeing the best of life and making the best out of every situation, seeing the silver lining. And I thought it was fantastic.
And of course, you also been in some films yourself too, like with First Kill with Bruce Willis, Dog Eat Dog with Nicolas Cage and William Dafoe, and Better Life and Training Day and more. And tell us about those. And what was it like working with Bruce Willis and Nick Cage and those guys?
It was fantastic. Absolutely. My career started off as an actress, as a singer, and then an actress mostly. My career has been, so this documentary, it's my film debut, my directorial and producing debut. Working with them has been super inspiring because they are such a highly accomplished individuals. And they are still so sweet and so humble and so disciplined that by reading everything about them, their biographies or what they have done throughout their lives, how they have accomplished things, it's truly reassuring. And that is why I share with the upcoming talent now that I see that are in their 20s or late teens, everything is possible. Just observe and read about those that you want to learn from.
Wow, that is so amazing. And of course, getting back to altitude, not attitude. And you guys had come together making a great film. You also won some awards as well, too. And tell us about those. And Mike, feel free to jump in. You can consider yourself a best actor.
You know what? I'm going to let Maggie share about the awards. She's a little bit more in tune with those and really put the effort into pushing this movie onto the film festival platform, Maggie. Well, talk about the awards.
So we have been in 17 film festivals. I spent many hours submitting and reading and learning about them. And we have been awarded Best Documentary and in 2 film festivals and semi-finalist in 3. And Spotlight Best Documentary Award, we won that one. And then CineFest Virgin Spring Best Documentary Award as well. And that has been so beautiful and it's been such an honor. And that is what I recommend to beginning filmmakers to submit their films once they're ready and not go to the top 7 film festivals, but go to the next ones. Focus on, but don't go to film festivals that only have 1 year or 2 years, because you want people to really judge your work and you want people to really put you in a category where you fit in and you want to see and learn yourself from other films, right? So go for film festivals that are at least 10 years old, because then they know what they are doing. They have been working really, really hard at getting films of top quality, and they will understand the message of the director, the message of the subject, and the cinematography and the composition and everything that it takes to make a film. And so that was extremely reassuring, extremely hard, but extremely reassuring. I am so grateful for the people that did open their doors to us and let us in and invited us. And then thanks to that, we got distribution with Gravitas Ventures, which is an amazing company that we're super happy to be with. And now you guys can see the film in Apple TV and iTunes.
We certainly will check that out. And where can we find Altitude Not Attitude at?
And
On our website, altitudenotattitude.com. It'll give you a direct link to the trailers and also to the link to purchase the film on iTunes and Apple TV, as well as other platforms.
or they can rent it now. Today is our launching day. Today is
That's right.
everywhere.
Yeah, you can actually
You can
rent
watch
it.
it everywhere, but we highly recommend you guys to please watch it on Apple TV and iTunes. You know why? This is one of the most beautiful and satisfying things about this film, is that a portion of the proceeds of the film will be donated, and thank you, Michael, again for agreeing to this, to charities that support people with disabilities. So please make sure that you go to Apple TV or iTunes, because the proceeds of the film will be donated to these amazing people.
Yeah, a portion of the proceeds will be going to support a few charities.
We certainly will do so. And what's coming up in 2021 and beyond for Mike and Maggie, we'll find out 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with Mike Warkentin and Magi Avila of Altitude Not Attitude after this timeout. We're back with Mike Warkentin and Magi Avila of Altitude Not Attitude here on the Mike Wagner Show. And you guys have been both amazing. You teamed up to do just great work, talking about your great careers, your amazing journeys, and also the great film we love to check out after this, and just a few more things. What can we expect from you guys in 2021 and beyond?
Go ahead, Michael.
Okay, so for myself, I'm actually a financial advisor. I am a financial advisor by trade. I've been doing it for 21 years now. Geez, it seems so long. And help almost 440 households of people manage their money and their retirements, and I'll continue to do that. As well as travel. Now that travel's opening up, I'll start planning some new trips and some new cruises, and hopefully do a little more filming and see what I can do to pitch a travel show.
Okay. That sounds amazing. How can they get a hold of you for financial advice or consulting?
Maggie, do we have a link through our website, Altitude Not Attitude?
Yes, you can leave an email, submit just an email, or send us a message.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. And Maggie, how about you? What can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond?
Well, it looks like we're having a second season of My American Family TV show.
Oh, nice. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. Wow.
Yes. I am working there as an actor.
After I'm done.
Congratulations.
It's not confirmed yet, but if anybody out there is listening and also want to join in support, we are very close to that. And I recently started my online site business, and it's called the Successful Actor Academy.
Oh, wow.
Where aspiring actors start off with a 6-step formula to becoming a working actor. I teach them how to maintain themselves working constantly. So they learn the acting craft, they learn the business side strategies, and also mindset of success. And also I am reviewing, almost ready to select my next directorial project. And I might have a film there where I am working as an actress. I still cannot tell more about it because we're very, very, very close. Mm-hmm. So lots of happening. And, we always try to make things happen anyway, find a way. Yes.
That is fantastic. You guys have great things going. Make sure you keep this up to date. And who do you consider biggest influences in your career? So one of you can start.
Go ahead, Maggie.
It would be my music maestro and Nicolas Cage.
Okay, great. And then how about you, Mike?
I had an advisor that was, he's since passed away. His name was Lowell Howder. And he just, if you do everything right, it's a win-win-win for everybody. And I firmly believe it. He was also a teacher. So I learned to teach people before I found out what they wanted to do and buy. And it's been success ever since.
That is very good advice. I'm going to have to keep that in mind. And what's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point?
Go ahead, Maggie.
Find something that is bigger than yourself. Find something that no matter how little hours of sleep you have or how many little resources you have, you will know that it's possible because it's really important and it's going to pull you forward to keep on going and make things happen. And eventually your film is going to get distributed. Eventually your financier is going to say, okay, let's keep on going. Or just, you are going to make your own dreams come true and the dreams of many, many other people. And just focus on service, focus on something that really, really will impact positively the lives of others coming, and have a lot of fun with it. Find the way to do it in the most beautiful, harmonious way.
And Mike, what's the best advice you can give?
Meditate on what you want, figure out what those things are, backwards engineer them. You want a car, how are you going to get it? You want something more than you can afford, how are you going to work harder to get it? Put in some checks and balances and take steps to get there. But back it all up with your values. I've met lots of people on the hill who have the house and the boat and the car, and they look back and their kids and their wife has divorced them, the kids hate them, and they're burned out, their health is horrible. But build any kind of goal and any kind of dream with what's important about that to me. Because if you can build it with your values and do it on purpose, with purpose, and check yourself with meditation or medication.
Either way, just check.
Yeah, you will succeed.
That is so fantastic. Guys, you've been absolutely great. We have Michael Warkentin and Magi Avila from Altitude, Not Attitude on Mike Wagner Show. Guys, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to have both of you on soon. One of you, do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 beyond. Don't forget to keep in touch. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people check out the movie and other things.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
On Apple TV. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, and what's the website again, guys?
Oh, it's
Apple TV, Altitude, Not Attitude. Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, altitude.notattitude.com. You can rent us on iTunes and Apple TV. Go see it. You know, most documentaries about guys in wheelchairs are dark and disturbing, and God bless those guys. This is going to make you laugh. You're going to have fun. You know, it might create you to think about life a little differently and maybe even heal a little bit.
And that's a very good point. Guys, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. And you guys just been absolutely inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you for your time, Mike.